Mindset AI presents The Vow at Alma. A French soldier, an Elven healer, and a love that defies time.
The dawn of 20th September 1854 broke sickly over the Alma River. Where once morning sunlight might have painted the Crimean hills in gold, now the sky bore thick scars of gunpowder and fire. Drums thundered, orders rang out in French, English, and Turkish, and the distant Russian guns rumbled like awakening giants. In the midst of the chaos, the French Zouaves, clad in their bright red pantaloons and open blue jackets, advanced with fierce precision. Among them marched Thierry Bruneau, soldat second class, a young man from Rennes, broad-shouldered, sharp-eyed, and utterly unprepared for the strange twist his life was about to take. He had joined the Zouaves for adventure, for honor, and to escape the quiet farm where generations of his family had lived and died. He never expected that his greatest battle would not be against an enemy, but against fate itself. The air crackled with musket fire. Cannon smoke coiled through the battlefield. The Zouaves surged uphill, climbing terraces of vineyards and dry stone walls as Russian fire tore into their ranks. Thierry fired, reloaded, advanced. His heart hammered, his breath burned. Then, a flash, a crushing impact, a sound like the world collapsing into itself. He fell. The shot ripped through his side, tearing flesh, cracking rib, plunging him into choking agony. He collapsed among the trampled vines, the cries of men fading into a muffled roar. He tried to crawl, tried to breathe. The pain was a raging tide. Darkness consumed him. By sundown, his regiment had moved on. The wounded were dragged away when possible, but Thierry lay too far from the main line, half buried in broken earth. Night settled cold and merciless over the field. Thierry Bruneau was dying. Thierry drifted in and out of consciousness, sensing little beyond cold wind and distant voices. He could just hear the chaplain reading the last rites over those who had fallen.
Ego facultate mihi, ab apostolica sede tributa, indulgentiam plenariam et remissionem omnium peccatorum tibi concedo, in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
In a moment of quiet, he thought he heard singing, a soft, wordless melody that wrapped around him like warmth. Then a voice, low and musical.
Do not fear. You are not finished.
Small hands, yet impossibly strong, lifted him from the ground. His vision flickered, revealing only glimpses. Moonlight through branches, the swing of long hair, the silhouette of a woman, carrying him as though he weighed nothing. He surrendered to the dark again. Thierry awoke to the scent of crushed herbs and burning pine. A small fire crackled beside him. He lay on a narrow bed beneath blankets softer than wool. His body felt wrapped in warmth and pain all at once. He tried to sit up, groaned, and fell back.
You must not move.
He turned his head. The woman from the battlefield sat beside him, wringing a cloth in a bowl of steaming water. In the firelight, her features seemed almost too fine, too delicate. Cheekbones like sculpted ivory, eyes bright green like new leaves, and hair flowing silver white down her back.
I removed the bullet and the pieces of bone.
Her voice was gentle, but carried a strength beneath it.
Who are you?
My name is Saida, and you are safe.
He drifted back into sleep before he could ask more. Days blurred into each other. Thierry awoke to Saida changing his bandages, stirring simmering potions, or murmuring to wild animals that slipped in and out of the cottage as though it were part of the forest itself. Sometimes deer drank from a bowl near the doorway. Sometimes birds perched on the rafters, watching them.
Do you live alone?
She glanced at the creatures around them.
I am rarely alone. The forest keeps me company.
His recovery was painstaking. Some wounds healed cleanly under her care. Others festered, forcing her to perform delicate work with strange needles and shimmering salves. His breathing remained ragged. His right arm refused to regain full strength.
You were struck deep. Some of the damage cannot be undone.
Thierry accepted this with surprising calm. After surviving the battlefield, life itself felt like a gift. But he also sensed that Saida was uneasy. Not about him, but about something she wasn't saying. One afternoon, he found her outside, kneeling by a pool in the forest clearing. Her reflection shimmered strangely, not like a human image, but like a figure made of light and water. Her ears, slightly pointed, subtle, yet unmistakable. Thierry froze. Saida turned, sensing his presence. Her expression carried no fear, only sadness.
I knew you would discover it soon.
What are you?
I am of the elder tree kind. Your people once called us elves.
He stared, breath caught between disbelief and awe.
But elves are stories.
Many truths become stories when humans stop listening.
He expected fear. Instead, he felt wonder. As the forest stirred around them, he understood. She was not a creature of fantasy. She was simply part of a world humans had forgotten.
What do you want from me?
She stepped close and touched his chest where the wound had been.
You were dying. I wanted you to live.
Seasons passed. As Thierry grew stronger, he began helping her with small tasks. Chopping wood when his arm allowed, gathering herbs, repairing the cottage roof. Saida taught him names of plants, ways of listening to the forest, and ancient songs that seemed to linger in the air long after they ended. For the first time in his life, Thierry felt connected to something greater than himself. But more than anything, he felt drawn to Saida. She moved like water, spoke like wind, and carried an ancient loneliness within her eyes. He saw how she lingered outside at night, staring at the stars with longing. He saw how she smiled, truly smiled, only when he laughed. One snow-laden evening, as they sat by the hearth, Thierry took her hand.
You saved my life. But more than that, you gave it meaning once again.
Her breath caught. He leaned forward and kissed her. The fire crackled, the forest hushed, and Saida closed her eyes as tears of joy slipped down her cheeks. Their union was simple and sacred. Under a canopy of ancient oaks, Saida braided a thread of silver leaves around his wrist. Thierry tied a ribbon of red Zouave cloth around hers. They spoke vows in two languages, one of earth, one of stars. In that moment, the forest seemed to exhale, as though blessing their bond. They lived in quiet happiness. They tended the land. They danced. They slept in each other's arms. They built a life that felt eternal. Yet fate had not forgotten the wounds inflicted at the Battle of Alma. The years passed gently for Saida, but harshly for Thierry. His injuries, hidden at first, grew worse. His lungs weakened, his bones ached. Some days he could barely stand without her help. Saida tried everything, ancient remedies, forest magic, whispered rituals, but mortal wounds are bound to mortal time. The morning he felt the end approaching was warm, with petals floating through the clearing like soft snow. Saida knelt beside him, trembling.
Please, do not leave me.
Thierry cupped her face with both hands, though they shook violently.
My love, I wish I could stay. I wish I could live 100 years at your side.
Tears ran down her cheeks.
But listen, this is not an ending.
Saida looked at him through her grief.
How can it not be? Your life ends here.
No, not here. Not forever.
He drew a shallow, painful breath.
I vow this. Wherever I go after death, however many lives I live, I will always find you. In every lifetime, in every world, I will seek you.
Saida pressed her forehead to his, her sobs shaking them both.
I vow the same. Across ages, across stars, I will search until I find you again.
Thierry managed one last smile, small, tired, but full of love.
I will see you soon.
He exhaled and did not inhale again. Saida buried him beneath the oldest oak in the forest, weaving flowers through his uniform ribbons. For decades she lingered near that tree, speaking softly to the wind, waiting. Elves do not die as humans do. They endure. But love, true love, endures even beyond that. Travelers passing through the region later told tales of a silver-haired woman wandering abandoned battlefields, searching the faces of the fallen with desperate tenderness, as though waiting for someone only she could recognize. And somewhere, in another life, in another century, a young man, reborn from courage and sorrow, would someday feel an inexplicable pull toward the forest, a memory without a name, a promise without words, a love that time could not break. For vows made in love do not fade. They echo, life after life, until the promised souls finally meet again.
We hope you enjoyed this tale. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It would mean the world to us.